So my name is Dale Bracewell, and I'm the City of Vancouver's Manager of Active Transportation. I've been doing this role for just over 5 years. I get to manage a great team. It's a team of about 20 people, and we're responsible as a team for taking care of building, maintaining all of the pedestrian, cycling, and greenways infrastructure in the City of Vancouver, promoting active transportation modes. One thing that's unique about Vancouver, at least in terms of North America, is we've really been advancing the idea, as we're designing for people of all ages and ability, the idea of having a protected bike lane network. It's because that's really what it's about, is protecting people who are cycling away from cars, which are a lot heavier and bigger, and trying to make people feel safe and comfortable. First thing that I tend to think of when I'm choosing a biking, which is my way of commuting and my main mode of transportation, is it's always an experience. Maybe sometimes that experience is more about the fresh air that I'm going to get. Sometimes that experience is about the exercise, and sometimes, quite honestly, the experience is just being excited about listening to a podcast. At Vancouver right now, we're one of the leaders. We were actually the first North American city to do a protected intersection, and that was at Burrard, Cornwall, a couple of years ago, and that's actually helped the number of people cycling who are actually going over Burrard Bridge. It actually increased by 30% the first year after our first protected intersection in the City of Vancouver. We've gotten really good, robust, permanent bike counters across the city, and we've got 9 locations that we actually publish online. And so what we do know is that over the last year, up till August 2015, we've had a 16%, that's 16% increase in bike trips on those permanent bike counters. So that's going to be a very good indicator, at least, of what we might expect in terms of the number of people who are making cycling trips across the city. Firstly, we think about the who, and who we're designing for in the City of Vancouver is not the already confident person cycling around Vancouver, but people of all ages and abilities. And we're trying to design it for children, for seniors, for everybody's comfort level. And so what that leads to is then why are we designing it? And again, we're not designing it just for people's kind of commute to work or commute to school, but we're trying to enable cycling as a mode of transportation for all of your daily trips. And so then that leads to the what part of our designing our infrastructure. And so then all our design decisions, from lighting to paint to signals and the types of ways that we want to protect people from cycling away from cars, is to actually think about the who, people of all ages and abilities, and all the types of trips they may make. We use green paint in a couple locations in particular, intersections and driveways. And what we're trying to do by using the green paint is not use it everywhere, but then highlight with the green paint that that's an area of potential conflict. It's a place then where people are allowed to bike and people are allowed to be able to kind of move across that space in a car. So what it's really helping do is for, in particular, the person driving to know if they're actually going over that green paint. That's at least a highly likely place that they should be looking for a person cycling. And it also helps a person cycling recognize, especially if they're coming out of a protected bike lane, that they're now going into an area they need to pay more attention, a potential area of concern at an intersection or a driveway, where it doesn't mean, by the way, that they have the right of way. Oftentimes they do, but it doesn't mean that they definitely do. And so we want everyone to be sharing the road, and the green paint helps identify those areas of potential conflict. It's a real privilege as the manager, though, to work with such a great team. And we all believe that this is going to help make a happier and healthier City of Vancouver with the work that we get to touch and do here in Vancouver.